which one should be touched. Like we have this household curtain, that is wiring. There's a type of wire among them you cannot touch. There's a particular one you can touch. There's a way you can touch two wires. There's a way you cannot touch. So when that is done, something will happen. So they are coming to this place to tell us. That will orient us the preliminary aspect of science. And listen, be blessed, open your eyes, ears, so that you see what is going to happen.
It's about touching on the wire and what not to touch. Please don't try it at home because you will electrocute. Okay? Please don't try it at home. It's only done by professionals. Okay? Don't try it at where? Or anywhere. Anywhere you see electric naked cable, whether there is current in it or not, don't touch it. Okay? Leave it for the professionals to do. Okay? Thank you very much. These are science club members are coming out. Our teachers for this day.
My name is Eneka22. I'm an Eneka22, and I'm a member of the science club. Today, I'm going to be presenting a practical on the reaction of acid and base on the litmus paper. Before I start, I would like to first tell you the meaning of a litmus paper. Litmus paper is a specially designed paper that is used for the test of acid, of either acid or base. Now, before I start the practical, I'll first of all tell you the precautions. In the laboratory, the precautions you have to undergo. First of all, in a laboratory, you have to listen to your instructor before touching any chemical. Because he's an instructor, and therefore, listen to his instructions to avoid accidents in the laboratory. Secondly, you have to wear your laboratory suits. It is very essential that when you're in a laboratory, you wear your laboratory suits to prevent accidents. Then, next, you make sure you are always going to use your hand glove. This is my hand glove. This prevents acid or base from touching your hand, because if it does, it must be your hands to react with your hand, and your hands might stop. But for precaution, because they say that, because there's a saying that says that prevention is better than cure. So in case I ask the question, you must make sure that there's water inside you, that you have to put your hand on the water. It will therefore dilute the acid. Hello. And next, you use your nose mask. And whenever you are with an acid or an acid or base, if you open the container or whatever is inside the container, you don't smell it as in you don't inhale directly the container. Are you following me? If not, you will be unconscious. So you just have to, as it's open, you take it to yourself, as in the smoke of it, because you see smoke. And you see smoke, you take it to yourself, and then you can know. But if you inhale directly into your function, then now we are going to start with the practical. First of all, we are going to start with the practical. This is a boiling soup. What did I call it? Boiling soup. It's a boiling soup. And this is the...
Those lines you can't see.
It's a boiling soup. We are going to use the boiling soup. This is where you can put your diluted acid or sodium. And this is the result time. You put the boiling soup in the visitor's tank and make sure that the visitor's tank.
Which subject is this? General science, history, geography, chemistry or physics? What? Which subject?
Chemistry.
Chemistry. The topic is what?
The reaction of acid and base on a liquid. Then you make sure that the visitor's tank clamps the boiling soup. During the dilution, when you are diluting the acid, you don't use ordinary water. You don't use what? Ordinary water. You use distilled water. You use what? Distilled water. You use distilled water in the preparation or when you are diluting the acid. Now, this is distilled water. The next thing is the dropper. What did I call it? The dropper. This is a dropper. With the dropper, you can use the dropper to take the amount of the acid you want. But before you do that, remember you don't pour water in acid. You don't pour water into what? Acid. You don't pour water into what? Acid. Instead, you put the acid in water. Because if you pour your water in acid, if you pour the water in acid, it will react. It might explode. Are you getting me? This is an acid. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric was acid. Hydrochloric acid. And the form as it has not been diluted. It has not been what? Diluted.
Give way in case you see explode.
Can you see the fume coming out of the mouth?
Yes.
Because it is reacting with air.
Yes.
Can we drink? But please note, not all acid reacts this way. Okay?
Now this is the dropper. Now the reason why the acid is fuming is because it's a concentrated acid. The concentrated was acid. The concentrated acid. Then this acid doesn't fume. Are you getting me? It does not fume. Now, with the dropper, we are going to take a drop of the acid.
Your hand.
Just like okay, let me sit down here. So that if there's anything that has to be running out, see. Just leave it.
Now, when they ask me, when the like, I remember I told you use the distilled water for the acid. Now, when you put the acid in the distilled water, it is now diluted. It's now what? Diluted. It's no longer acid like before. No longer acid when it was concentrated. Now, we are going to see the test of the litmus view paper.
Those mass is mass because if really was absolutely
No, no.
that's what's the problem.
Please watch. You will see the litmus paper will change.
This is the blue litmus paper. The blue litmus paper. Blue litmus paper, the ask, when you put the blue litmus paper in an acid, it turns litmus red. Then, when it reacts, the litmus blue paper reacts with acid and it turns red. Then, while the red litmus paper reacts with base and it turns blue. I said, the litmus blue paper, when put in the diluted acid, turns what? Red. Then, the litmus red, when put in the base, turns what? Blue. Now we're going to test it. Are you watching me? Yes.
Can you see the color?
That means there is presence of acid,
Acid is in the solution.
Okay. As a scientist, you don't just take any liquid you see and test it with your tongue or your finger. Okay? Because most of these liquids are just pure like water and they don't have smell. You mistakenly, maybe your daddy brought out the distilled water from his car battery. And you know from the reactions of the cathode and anode rather, in the battery, it will turn the distilled water into acid. And he removes it and pour it into a bucket. Now, if you just walk straight and you assume it is water, you put all your hand instead of even trying to test it with your finger. What will happen to you? You get burned and it's going to severely damage your hand. So whenever you see a liquid in your house, either you perceive it first, or you test it with a stick or probably a tip of your finger. Okay? But let's assume it is in your house. You can hardly find acid lying around, but in case, use a stick. Okay? If I put a stick into this solution, it's going to react. It will only take time. It will not react as fast as this. Okay?
Yes, my question has not been answered. My question has not been answered. What is this? Is it chemical? Is it chemical or what? I hear water. I know what I is. I know what water is. I hear acid. I hear what acid is. What is the base? The base that will change the color red now.
Base is a chemical. When put in water, it forms hydroxide ion. So, now, we are going to make a test for litmus red. The litmus red paper.
The big grammar she's trying to say is that we are going to convert this red to blue again.
You have not answered the grammar. That is what they wrote on the text.
Now, as I earlier said, you don't use ordinary water, you use distilled water.
I'm not used to saying this is not what it's full environment.
No, this is reaction. We put reaction to test. That when you put that 1 plus 1 equals to 2, 2 is equal to 1 plus 1. When you put
Can I ask a question? Is it any type of paper? This movement, what is it? Or any sheet of paper, and when this a particular chemical is applied, it becomes litmus.
I earlier said,
Litmus.
What? Why is it?
The word litmus attached to this paper means it is made out of litmus. It is not just any type of paper. Okay? This is a special type of paper used for testing of acid. If you put an ordinary paper into this, it will not change color. Okay?
She reacts to anything.
Science students don't want to talk.
We'll give you room for questions. Please observe very well.
now, the base we are going to use for the test of red litmus paper is sodium hydroxide. Sodium what? Hydroxide. Sodium what? Hydroxide. The sodium hydroxide is in a crystalline form.
What she's trying to say is that it is solid and it looks like salt. Okay? How many of you know that salt is a crystal?
Hey!
Alright, pay attention.
Now, this Now this is the sodium hydroxide, and I said it is in a crystalline form, and it is a concentrated sodium. Now we are going to put the sodium hydroxide in the distilled water.
See panel of judges here.
Sodium hydroxide. They are showing you sodium hydroxide pellets now in crystalline form. The crystalline form of sodium hydroxide. One of them is pellets, sodium hydroxide pellet. That is one. Enough of them is crystalline sodium hydroxide.
And our salt is called sodium chloride. You see, they look similar, but it's not the same as our salt. Okay?
If it touches your clothes, it will burn it instantly.
Move now.
Give me this thing. I want to burn something now. Bring it. Uncle.
So if you don't have fire to burn.
Burn this thing. Burn this.
See Uncle Dan.
It's just trying to like smoke it.
Once it burns by
Once it's smoking it.
it burns by Christmas box.
Okay. So
I need one of that teacher to come and one teacher to come and confirm it, please.
And what is this?
Is it hot?
Alright, thank you very much.
How? Is it hot?
Please pay attention.
She's boboing in nature. She's boboing in nature.
And it is not completely in water.
Please watch the magic.
Now
Because
we're
you look
going
like
to
city.
put this red litmus thread will turn to litmus green. Are you watching me?
Yes, auntie.
Are you sure?
Yes, auntie.
Have you seen it?
What is the eventual color now?
Praise the
Then what do you
Lord.
say about base and the red litmus paper? It turns red litmus paper.
Apart from, is there no other thing we can use in the for the slide thing?
To know if it's a base.
Yeah, I think it's a base.
No. Except if you analyze the chemical. Base provides hydroxy ion. That is chemical. Now, yes, you will not see any reaction. Now, physically, it don't this reaction.
During the definition of
Not all base.
during the definition of a base,
Put down.
The floor is open for it. Any of you ask questions?
there was a kind of complication.
Always asking a
I want to
question.
like
Don't pay
get that
attention
decision.
now.
I can stop the video now.
So, which of them